Yeah. What's the word, man? You tuned in with Cyrus the Boss on Chicago Street TV, man. Shout out the whole little village, man. Let's get it. Let's ride.
Chicago Street TV. Chicago Street TV. Chicago Street TV.
The first and best Latin hip hop channel in Chi-Town.
Shout out Cash, man. Shout out Rito.
Big mop, hit a nigga, we gon' get him cleaned up. Straight drop, yeah, we got the kill if you need some. Roll the pack, I told Cali, roll the weed up. Came up from the trenches, pussy, I don't need a handout. I been on the grind, I'm on fire, bring the fan out. Do this for the shy, real niggas gonna step now. Pop
You want to let the audience know what part of Chicago it is that you're from?
Yeah, what's up, Chicago, man? You tuned in with Cyrus the Boss. Shit, I come from Little Village, man. Chi-Town. Let's go.
And for the people who are not from Chicago, do you want to let them, or you want to describe what is Little Village?
Shit, it's just like a small area, you know. Like everybody says, you know, it's Little Mexico. It's just, you got like Latinos just like on the grind, basically, you know. You got people just hustling and shit. You got a lot of small businesses, like street vendors and shit like that. You got like a lot of family, you know, friends and shit like that. You know, just little where people just like know each other and shit like that, you know. Everybody knows each other.
Growing up to what Little Village is now today, would you say it's similar, or has there been a change over the years?
Nah, shit, it's just getting like, it's changing a little bit. You got kind of still the same shit, you know, people gangbang, a lot of motherfuckers dying, you know. Streets is still letting rats walk around, you know, and shit like that, you know. It's just, that's just how the streets are, you know. Not just, you know, Little Village, just the whole Chicago, you know, that's just how it is.
And you describe Little Village as being like basically Little Mexico. Do you want to let us know what exactly is your ethnicity for those that don't know?
Yeah, shit, I'm just Mexican and shit, you know.
Do you know what part of Mexico your family is from?
Shit, I think my pops, he's from Guerrero, and then my OG, she's from Coahuila or something like that. And then, yeah, I think that's where they come from Mexico and shit.
You've been out there before?
Nah, well, yeah, I've been to, just like passing the border, just like to the next town, because I got family in Texas and shit too. So when we would cross the border, we got family over there and shit. And then we'll go visit them, and then after that, we'll just go straight back to Texas and shit, you know. But yeah, I got family in Texas and in Mexico.
And growing up with a Mexican family, do you want to let us know what type of music it is that your family listened to while you were growing up?
Yeah, shit, like my pops and my OG, they were like into like the Spanish music, you know, like the cumbias and all that shit, and then like the corridos, and you know, and then my older brothers and my sisters, and you know, they will listen to like the rap, and you know, my sister, she'll listen to like the R&B, the reggaeton, and all that shit, and then my brothers, they were like, you know, into like the rap and hip hop, and you know, I was kind of into that more than like the Spanish music.
Do you want to let us know how it is that you got the name Cyrus the Boss?
Shit, yeah, before shit, they used to call me T, right? So I just got tired of that name. Then when I turned one of the guys and shit, it's just like, I got changing my name, you know, it's over with. So I became Savage, and I was like one of the first ones in the hood that like got that name. So I was just like, fuck it, I just stood with that. And then when I started rapping, I was like, I can't just be Savage. I gotta have something. So then I was like, man, fuck, I'm just gonna Savage the Boss, you know? That's what I will, because at the time, you know, I was a little bit younger, so I was like, man, fuck it, I wanna be a boss, I'm gonna be a boss, so fuck it. You know, I'm gonna go with Savage the Boss, let's get it.
Do you want to let us know when it is that you got involved in a rap game and why?
Yeah, shit. I got involved probably like 2012, maybe I would say. But shit, like I said, I was always into like rap music growing up as a kid, you know. And I would listen to like Gucci, I would listen to Lil Wayne, I would listen to fucking Young Jeezy, you know, all them niggas, you know. So I was just like, I'm gonna, you know, certain people have certain goals, right? You know, growing up as a kid, you always want to have a dream, be like, oh, I'm gonna be either basketball player, football player, you know, soccer player. And then there's other people that have that music, you know, and they be like, fuck it, if I can't make it in this, I gotta make it in this. So just growing up, I just always be, you know, into music, and then I would always like just listen to music, and I'd just be like 5, 6, 7 years old. I could just memorize like songs and shit like that. So then it's just like, fuck it. One day I think we were in school, we were writing poetry. It was like 4th or 5th grade, bro. And we were writing poetry. I turned that paper in, and I was just, then I was like, man, this shit kind of like rapping. So I remember one day one time my brother was booked, right? He was doing a long ass bid. And he did a long ass bid. I'm writing songs to him out of nowhere. I'm like fucking 11 years old. I'm writing songs to him, sending him songs that me not even knowing that he could fucking like get sent to the hole for what I'm like the shit that I'm sending. You know, it's like I could get his ass in trouble. And I'm just 11 years old sending them lyrics to my songs. And I could merch it, bro. My bro was here right now. He'll tell you, yeah, bro, you know, this motherfucker was sending me songs, all types of crazy bad words, all types of hat to the left, all types of crazy ass lyrics in there, shit, you know. So, you know, that's just me, just that. And then also too, I kind of like was just always listening to instrumentals on my own. I'll fucking play them and kind of like playing where it's just me and kind of like not let nobody hear me. I'll just be on my solo shit. Like, man, I hope they don't hear me, but I like this beat, you know, this and that. I'm like 12 years old. Nobody even knew that I like to rap. So I just hide it from people, right? So then out of nowhere, it came to like 2012. I'm chilling with all the guys. We're smoking, this and that. We used to be in my room, bro. We used to be in my room smoking, and I used to have like a lot of people in my room, right? Like to the point where we would have sessions and we would make a circle. I'll throw on a beat. We used to be like, man, hey, everybody gonna rap in this bitch. We don't care about, you know, we don't care how you sound, you know, everybody's rapping in this bitch. And I merch it, bro. A lot of guys, they'll start rapping, you know, this and that. Some of them will sound corny as hell. Some of them will be good. There was a couple of us that were good, so we just kept on, you know. And then shit, we just kept it pushing. And then ever since then, I ended up dropping a song with Cali T, and then I was making songs with Dinero T. And then after that, I kind of just started making songs with other people. This shit just took off.
So any of those lyrics that you had sent out to your brother, did you ever make any of those into an actual song?
Nah, all that shit, that was just like some like 7th grade shit, you know. I was just really not rapping at the time. I was just like, I kind of knew that I had the potential for it, but I just left that shit alone until that was probably like a couple years later. Then that's when I kind of like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna just let it out, you know. Even people, when they would hear me rapping, like, how the fuck did he just learn to rap out of nowhere, you know? That I just learned how to rap is because I just been holding that shit in. I just wanted to let motherfuckers know that I know how to rap, you know, that's it. I just didn't know how to tell anybody, you know? I was just like shy and nervous and shit. But now I don't care, you know, how motherfuckers feel or, you know, so I just, fuck it, I'ma just, you know, let the shit go, let the shit ride, let's see how it turns out.
So I think, you know, for those that don't know, they probably have questions. Were you ever a member of 360 Squad?
I mean, yeah, I rocked out with them. I just like the thing is with me, since I was never signed with them, you know, I never signed a contract. The other members, they signed contracts. They were in there, you know. It's just the difference with me is I never had to deal with them. So at the end, I could have done my own thing, or I could have chose to be with them, and if I wanted to be with them, like I will, like we were cool, So if I really wanted, if I wanted that, they would have greeted with me. They would have greeted me with open arms, and they would have been like, yeah, come on, jump on board, But it's just that I just didn't know at the time what I wanted to do, So that's why I was just rocking out with them. I'll do features with most of their artists, I would shoot some of their videos and shit like that, I will, if I had to, I'll record some of the artists, music-wise, and it's just, yeah, that's the only thing. The difference between me and the other artists is that I wasn't signed, I was just a free agent. I could have done whatever I wanted, That's it.
Yeah, and I think the audience always had that question just due to the fact because you did do a lot of features with them.
Yeah.
So I think there was always that question there. And I know you were telling me, off camera that I was unaware of. I'm sure a lot of your audience is unaware of, is that you actually record your own music.
Yeah. Yeah, I record my own music. I have people sometimes shoot my videos for me, and I'll go on the program and I'll edit them and I'll drop them. So some of the old songs that you've probably seen before, that's the reason why I left them up, because that's my work, I could go because those are all on my YouTube channel. So if I want to, like right now, I could go and delete all of those songs. But I don't want to because, that's my work. At the end of the day, if something happens to me, at least, like I said, I got that to leave the fans and leave the people behind, fuck it, And then, that's what I be on, I just be trying to, like, learn, every day and try to fix my, work on my craft and try to just better myself, because at the end of the day, like nobody's gonna know my vision better than how I'm gonna, write it out and draw it or paint it, however you want to say, but I'm just want to show people like my skill, I got so much skills, and I'm not gonna waste any of my skills, I need there's people out there that are afraid and they're scared to take risk, but I'm not one of those people, I just gotta go out there and get it, nothing's gonna be given to me, so I'm just one of those people that, man, I just gotta go get it, so yeah, this is what I be on,
So you'll have a few videos with over 500,000 views each, and several other videos with over 100,000 views each. Did you ever expect any of those songs or videos to ever reach those numbers?
Nah, to be honest, like my first video, I recorded it, right, just fucking around, and my homie Cali, he called me. He's like, hey, let's go to the studio, like I got a guy, he's ready to record, I think he's like, man, I'm gonna take care of it, whatever. So he took care of the session, right? So like I was always recording in my career. I'm just one of them artists, man. Like everybody who knows me, they know that like that's what I be on,
Yeah.
So when Cali called me, we went to the stew. There was I think like 4 of us, right? So we went to the stew, and then it was me, Dinero, Cali, and then one of our other homies and shit. Fucking the producers like, we had 2 beats. We showed the producer 2 beats, and then he's like, man, you know what? You would sound good on this one with him, and you would sound good with this one with him. So I think he put me and Cali on the song "Fuck the Fame." Bro, I bullshit you not. The first day we dropped that bitch was already like at 10,000. One day out of nowhere. The next day I'm like at 30,000. I'm like, what? Never. Hell no, I ain't getting no 30K.
And during that time, it was different compared to what it is today.
Yeah, so then I'm looking every day, that shit is going up. Another 5,000, I'm at 35, I'm at 40, I'm at 50, 60. Then out of nowhere, it was like, it's just like, fuck it, I gotta make some new shit. We were making a whole bunch of shit, just dropping and dropping. And I used to be recording just like I'm just a YouTube artist, SoundCloud artist, so I'm just recording, and I would never think, you know, like my shit is hitting numbers, and out of nowhere I made another song. That's when I made a song with Nephew and Big Body. We made that song, and then after that, I think by the time you know it, that shit was already like at 250. I'm like, damn, this bitch hitting numbers too. So I was just watching that shit and it was like, man, fuck it. I just kept dropping. And I bullshit you not. All of the songs that I recorded like myself, I edited myself, those are the most songs that I hit numbers on. I don't know why, it's just that all of those songs, and they were shitty ass videos. I'm talking about 2005 looking ass videos, bro. Them bitches were hitting. I was hitting more numbers than like a lot of people, so I was just like, I don't know, I just, you know, fuck it, I just gotta keep it going, you know?
How difficult, I mean, you've done it several times, but how difficult is it for an artist to reach 500,000 in views, and how does it feel, you know what I'm saying? Because that's an accomplishment many artists won't ever reach.
You said, how does it feel like to hit that
Yeah.
amount? I mean, shit, it feels good to be honest. Like, I don't know if it's from people who are fans, motherfuckers who just like trying to clown me or, you know, but at the end of the day, it don't matter. Like I said, I'm not here to rap and care about motherfuckers' feelings, you know. I'm just doing this shit to do it for the fans and do it for the fans, do it for myself, and influence motherfuckers to like not be scared, you know. If you gotta rap, you gotta rap, bro. You know, like, just let that shit out, you know. Don't be trying to hide that shit, you know.
Right.
If you can rap, bro. Just show that shit off.
For those that don't know, your majority of your tracks, are they normally like in English or Spanish or both?
Oh nah, I just do English, bro. To be honest, like I said, I'm just a drill artist mostly, but right now I'm just working on trying to get myself out of there. So right now, like, maybe who knows if I come up with the right beat. I mean, sometimes I'm not even gonna lie, it's just not even how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's just that beat catches my attention, man. Who knows what I might get on, you know? So if a beat catches my attention, man, I could probably do a Spanish song, who knows, but it just gotta be rap, you know. I can't do no singing, you know. I'm not an artist who sings, you know. I just gotta just rap, you know. So maybe if I do make something like that, it has to be maybe half and half, English and Spanish. I can't just do just a Spanish verse, you know. But yeah.
So you were actually featured in one of Tommy G's recent YouTube videos. Do you want to let us know how it is that you got in contact with him, and what was that experience like being in one of Tommy G's videos which surpassed a million views?
Shit, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Shit, I was just chilling. I was cooling. I did get I did get hit up by Corrupt, one of the guys who was on that video too. He hit me up the first night. There was two different days when Tommy came out. So they shot their scene, Baby and Corrupt shot their scene, and then probably like 2 weeks later, that's when Tommy came and shot my shit. But yeah, for that first day they came out, Corrupt actually hit me up. He wanted me to pop out, but I think I was working and I wasn't gonna be able to, you know, like pop out at the time, you know. And then I had some shit to do after work, so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to pop out. So he was like, man, fuck it, you know, just we'll see what's up. We could get him back. So then I was chilling. I'm cooling. It's 2 weeks later. Fucking one of my other homies hits me up, and then he's like, hey, this nigga hit me up. He's like, bro's talking about that he got Tommy sliding to his crib, but he wants me and you to go, you know, this and that. And then I'm like, shit, I'm there, you know, I'm sliding. So then I ended up fucking just going. My homie that was supposed to be in the video with me, you know, shout out Rito, he hit me up. He's like, man, gang, you know, this nigga's dragging. I gotta go to class. Like, you know what, my nigga, do you think, you know? So he did a real move right there. He's like, man, if I can't be there, you know, at least you do your thing, you know? So, shout out Rito for that, He's like, man, go ahead, do what you gotta do. So I did my thing, but I was all lit that day, so I didn't really have like I was just like just all high and shit. But if you would have came some sober shit, I would have just, showed them like, other than that, like, it was cool, it was chill. I had the gang with me, the gang rocked out with me. And, like, just, that's the only thing. He could have just put, when he titled my shit, he could have put something different. I don't know why he put that weird ass shit, when he titled me, but other than that, like, he could have just been like, Nito was savage or some shit, but yeah, that was the only like weird ass shit on his interview, but other than that, like everything was cool, decent. I respect the grind. He risking his life, going to people's hood. You don't know what's gonna go on that night, or shit like that, So shout out Tommy for that,
Right. Yeah, it currently has over 3 million views, so yeah, that does put a big exposure to the people watching the videos of Little Village in Chicago.
Yeah, shout out Tommy though.
Yeah, and in that Tommy G video, it showed a lot of certain things behind the scenes of what it's like to live in Little Village. And yourself being in a gang in Little Village, which is one of the most, if not the most dangerous neighborhood in Chicago. Do you want to let us know what it's like to live in that lifestyle?
I mean, shit, man. Just gotta just be on point, It's just that it's kind of not, if you were just like a regular person, it's not a lifestyle that you would want to live, Like, you gotta watch your back, you gotta stay on point every day, every minute, You could go outside, throw out your trash, a motherfucker could pull up on you, go to the store, a motherfucker could pull up on you. You could park your car, a motherfucker could pull up on you any second, So it's like when you just growing up in a little village, that's just a life, It's just like on any side that you live on, even if you live in Pilsen or, it's close by, So it's kind of the same shit, So it's just like you just gotta just be on point, So that's just how it is living over there, And it just like takes like it takes a lot of courage to want to be there and be like, oh, I'm gonna gangbang, this is what I want, If you really want to do that, then just be ready, Other than that, just that's all to it,
With having so much exposure and views and creating a lot of traction as an artist, has there ever been moments where the CPD, Chicago Police, have they ever like recognized you or harassed you just because you know that you're an artist?
Yeah, hell yeah, shit. I just got booked like 2-3 weeks ago. Motherfuckers just be assholes to me, So it's just, yeah, it's just one thing. It happens to me all the time. I be on the block, It's just, that's just how they are, But I don't pay them no mind. That's just, it's their job. I don't give a fuck, At the end of the day, I'm still gonna do me. I'm still gonna be out there. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. So I ain't worried about them, So fuck them.
What was your experience during Little Village during the looting in 2020?
I mean, shit. Like, it was just pretty much like all the same. Like, whether you gangbang or you don't gangbang, like if that was your hood, you're gonna protect it. Like, I think it was just pretty much the same everywhere in Little Village, back of the yards, Gates Park, all that shit. I think everybody was pretty much like on the same shit, just protecting their stores, protecting their family and shit like that, protecting their hood and all of that, I think it was pretty much like similar everywhere during that time because a lot of people were coming to the stores and shit. And we would have to, put hands and feet on motherfuckers, and shit like that. But like it's just, yeah, it was pretty much kind of like similar everywhere. I would see a lot of videos and shit like that. But a lot of people were saying that more like the Little Village area was like on some racist shit, but it wasn't like that, It was just like we were just protecting our hood, Just that's what we were just having a discussion about when I was locked up in the county in the bullpen. I was waiting for court. So in the bullpen, a whole bunch of motherfuckers were just talking a whole bunch of shit. So like the Morenos and shit, they were talking and they were telling they're like, oh yeah, the Mexicans over there in Little Village, they be on some racist shit and this and that. And I told the guys, I was like, man, what? I got up, like, man, ain't nobody, ain't nobody racist over there. Like one thing I'm gonna clarify is that over there in the village, like during that time, like nobody was on no racist shit, bro. Like we were just protecting our hood, and that's it, like basically that's it, like they were like, oh, well, when we get out the county, that basically we gotta watch it, cause like they're gonna be on it with us and this and that. And I'm just like, man, bro, it doesn't matter who you are, whatever. When you come out the county, you just gotta watch yourself in general, There's just motherfuckers are up to no good, That's just how it is, It's just, but yeah, like nobody be just to clarify, clear the air. The village, we are not racist,
Yeah. No, that's crazy. I didn't know that that it had even reached tension into the county. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. It's just that's just how they think. They seen all that shit on social media, so when they're in the counties, like that's what they be on. They think that we're racist and all that shit, but it's just like even in the county, when I was in the county, like damn, they're talking about that shit in there. It's like hell no, nah, that shit's weird.
All right. So being a drill artist and living the lifestyle that it is that you do, have you ever been shot at or shot?
I've been shot at a lot of times. I've never been shot before though. Well, to this day, but but it's just, just gotta be prepared, for anything out here. So just that's the thing, just like I said, just living in a little village or even being in a little village at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all it takes, So yeah, there's been a lot of places where there's been a lot of times where I've been shot at though, hella times. I remember one time I was just chilling, we were with the guys, we were in front of a crib, and I'm young as fuck, bro. I bullshit you not. It was like 2012, 2013. This was like probably like the second time I was shot at in my whole entire life. So I'm on a bike. I'm on a bike. My homie's on the front steps. He's getting some weed from somebody. My other homie's on where I'm at, and they start blowing from the gangway. My homie that was on the steps, they started blowing at him.
Damn.
The bullets ricocheted, it hit the brick where he was at, literally right there. And then the bike that I was on, bro, I bullshit you not, when I was trying to take off, the tire was popped.
Damn.
Why? Because that bitch had a bullet hole in that bitch. So it didn't want to go. I left the bike, I jumped off, like fuck. I told my homie, let's ride. Bro, like at that time, I think it was like 2011. I didn't even think I was gangbanging at the time. I was a neutron, but I was already like on point and shit. So I told my homies, like, man, let's ride. Like these niggas are blowing at us. So we took off. I'm like, nigga, fuck the weed, let's ride. We took off. We started going and shit, and then I guess that nigga took off, bro. They ain't never caught that nigga. That bro took off. He hit the cut.
What went through your mind during that time, and then when the time passed, where you knew everything was all good?
Shit, low key, like the first instinct is like you just gotta, take out your shit, and make sure that you ain't get hit, cause like you ain't gonna probably feel that shit so until you see that shit leaking. So it's just like we all checked ourselves. My homie, I don't remember, one of them got skinned or grazed or some shit, but I don't remember, to be honest. But I know that like we were just checking ourselves, like, man, we're good, and all that shit. Like, man, fuck, like we were kind of young, but I'm not even gonna lie. I was probably like, I think like maybe like 13 or 12 or some shit like that.
So earlier you had mentioned that you were locked up in Cook County. You want to let us know why it is that you got locked up, or one of the stories of why it is that you got locked up?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I was just fucking around on the block and shit, and I didn't even, I didn't get booked for nothing like crazy and shit. Like I said, 12 see me, they already, they were trying to put some shit on me and all this bullshit. And then out of nowhere, they charged me and my homie for some shit. They tried to hit me for some shit, and then they put a battery on my homie. And then my other homie got locked up he got locked up with us, so it was 3 of us, and then they took my homie, and then fucking, they didn't want to let me out from the station, so they were like, man, like basically you gotta go to court, all this bullshit. So they sent me to the county. From the county, I had to wait. Me and my other guy, cause they let my other little homie, they let him out at the station. So me and bro were like, fuck, nigga, we gotta go to the county now, wait for court tomorrow, all this bullshit. Like fuck. So I'm in like. I'm getting processed and all that shit through court, all this bullshit, and out of nowhere, they're like, man, fuck it, y'all free to go. I told my homie, man, they're gonna let you on the band. And then out of nowhere, the nigga, he went to court, we went to court, he went to court before me. He came back, he's like, man, bro, they ain't even letting me out on the band. And like, they said my shit's good, I just gotta go to court. I was like, you sure? And he's like, yeah, nigga, look at it. He's like, we're good. And I'm like, I bet for sure, shit. And I ended up getting caught. And they're like, man, y'all good, you know, like just, they told me my shit's good, dismissed, and bro was the only one that had to go to court, and I had to go through all this bullshit, because bitch has 12, you know, like, them phony ass motherfuckers. Yeah, they made me go through all that shit, bro. I was locked up in that bitch, basically, like, 2 days, you know, so I was like, fuck, like, I for some bullshit. Yeah, I don't really be fucking around like that. Like, the last time I was ever booked was like 2015, 2016. I think that was like the last time I hit the county. Ever since then, I never been locked up, you know, I just been out the way instead, just chilling, you know.
Do you want to let us know what your experience was like when you're in there, or just in general what the experience like is in Cook County Jail?
Oh shit, yeah, just dirty as fuck, bro. Smelly, you know. You got a whole bunch of motherfuckers in that bitch. You know, it's just fucked up, bro. It's not where you want to be at, you know. Just if you a kid growing up and you out the way right now, I suggest you just stay out the way. The county is not where you want to be at, you know. You know, you would rather be probably in the pen or some shit, you know, in a joint doing your time than to being in the county. You don't want to be in the county. That shit fucked up. You know, it's just you can't shower when you want. You can't smoke when you want. You can't drink when you want. You gotta drink that nasty ass water that comes from a toilet. You know, they're combined together. Just like if you a kid growing up, if that's what you really want to go through, then fuck it, go ahead. But if you like gangbanging already, then just know, you know, that's what comes with this shit, you know. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that bitch up during that time, and there's a lot of motherfuckers who stay solid. So you just gotta, when you're in that bitch, just be solid, you know, and that's it. Just don't talk too much, stay away from motherfuckers, and that's it, you know. That's all to it.
So you being in county, so you said the last time you were around there was about 2015, 2016. So during this time you had already released your music. Was there anybody in there that might have recognized you when you were in there just because of your music?
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I was locked up, I was in that bitch, and then I think he came up to me. He was trying to get on there with me, and then another he was trying to get on there with me. I think he was from out west somewhere, and then yeah, they kept trying to, like, you know, they kept trying to be on that shit. But I think at that time I was only in there for like 2 weeks or some shit like that. So I was like, I was not really like too worried about it, man. Fuck it, you know. It's cool, I'm gonna come back home, I ain't even do shit, you know, so it was like, fuck it. They had hit me with some petty ass shit, so like, fuck it, I'm gonna just sit and then come back and I'll be good, you know, so I just gotta deal with it, you know, so they were like telling me, oh, you that motherfucker that raps, you been dissing all the games and this and that, and then, you know, like, that's how it all started and shit. But like, I wasn't one of the motherfuckers who like you could punk out, you know, so like, that if it was like another artist, motherfucker would have went to PC or some shit, you know. But yeah, just like when you rapping and you in the county game, it ain't, just know that you motherfuckers gonna test you, gang. It ain't sweet if you hit that county.
Yo, this interview is proudly sponsored by Wicked Entertainment, Chicago's longest independent hip-hop record label since 1993. They feature a variety of merchandise from their prolific catalog, featuring shirts, hats, flags, posters, DVDs, CDs, cassettes, vinyls, and much more. Wicked Entertainment is home to legendary artists such as Twista, Do or Die, Crucial Conflict, Canto Sol, Los Marihuanos, ECilla, Rhyme Fest, Psychodrama, Triple Darkness, Snipers, and many more. Also releasing a plethora of Chicago iconic street hip-hop mixtapes such as Wicked Streets of Shy, straight up gangster shit, Midwest mobsters, killer beats, and more. Wicked Entertainment is also responsible for the classic underground gangster film Trust None, which featured several Chicago rap artists. Shop for your retro and current fresh gear online at wickedentertainment.net. Chicago hip-hop and it won't stop. Looking for high quality. Looking for high quality tattoos and piercings in Chicago. Pull up to Memo's Locos Tattoos, located in the heart of Brighton Park at 3982 South Archer Avenue. From Chicano style, Aztec art, portraits, cartoons, lettering, realism, black and gray, full color cover-ups, touch-ups, and custom designs. Memo's Locos Tattoos does it all. Whether you want something small and meaningful or a full custom masterpiece, their experienced artists bring your vision to life. They also offer professional body piercings, high quality jewelry, consultations, and aftercare supplies to keep your tattoo healing right. Clean professional license, using sterile single-use needles and high-grade inks for every client. Walk-ins are welcome, and yes, se habla español. Check out their latest work and custom art on our social media platforms and see why the city keeps talking about Memo's Locos Tattoos.
Attention Chicago artists, ready to take your sound to the next level?
Home of Maestro Beats at Hustler Die Studios,
Where raw talent becomes professional quality music. From high-end recording equipment and industry standard software to a fully soundproof studio environment designed for creativity and focus.
everything you need is right here. Whether you need recording, custom beats, mixing, or mastering, Maestro Beats delivers the professional sound today's artists need to stand out.
Get access to experienced engineering, advanced production techniques, pitch correction, time alignment, overdubbing, and commercial quality mixing and mastering. No distractions, just music. Hablamos español.
Book your studio session today with Maestro Beats at Hustler Die Studios
And bring your vision to life. And don't forget to hustle or die. Let's go.
So as an artist yourself, you do a lot. You record yourself, you edit your own videos, so you do a lot behind the scenes. So when it comes to creating your music, what is it that you do, or do you do all of them, whether you write first or you freestyle or you gotta listen to a beat first? How does it work for you?
Yeah, so the thing is that, alright, if I'm gonna do, like the thing is with me, if I do a song, I'm gonna do a song, I gotta have an original beat. I get beat packages sent to me, shout out Gio. He sends me beats, he sends me a whole bunch of them, right? When he sends me those beats, I'll listen to all of them. Out of all of those beats, I have a few of them that I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, these are the ones. So I'll write out with those. Once I listen to the beat, I'll stay stuck on the beat. After that, I'll write. And once I write a little bit, after that, I take off. I go in the booth, start going crazy in that bitch. And then if it's something that I work on, like for an album, then I do write. I take my time. I gotta have it like 100%. But if it's something that I just want to drop, then I mostly do remixes. So that's why if I'm making a song, I call myself Remix God, because like any song that I remix, bro, I can make that shit like sound better than the original one, or I could at least, make it sound decent, So yeah, like if you hear most of my songs on YouTube, there are a lot of remixes, So like right now I got a overnight celebrity remix that Kanye and that Twista. Right. I got one of those. I got one of those whipping up. So I mean, yeah, we're gonna see that album dropping soon too. I'm trying to make a video and go all out for that bitch too.
So you had mentioned earlier certain artists that you listened to when you were growing up. I noticed that you didn't mention any like Latino artists. Was there any Latino artists you listened to growing up? And if you didn't, why is that?
I mean, now really, to be honest, I wasn't really like, I'm telling you, I was like more into like, when I was coming up, I didn't like Spanish music or nothing like that. I was just like rap and, you know, hip hop, so I didn't really like,
What
you
about
know,
like Hispanic rappers, like let's say Cypress
like,
Hill or like Fat
I
Joe?
would, I would, I wouldn't really like be interested in like nobody like that, to be honest. Like nobody really caught my attention, to be honest. You know, it was just mostly like you know how it be when you're young. You know, you listen to Tupac, Biggie, you know, Lil Wayne, all them motherfuckers, and then it's just like you know that's just it's just their time. But until you know, then that's when people started making like the gangbanging songs, you know, and all of that shit. Then that kind of like, you know, that's where it just went to another level, and after that it just took over the game, you know. That's, people wanted to just ride around, smoke, and just turn up, and, you know, just ride around to the other side, and just, you know.
So what do you think is why and how is it difficult for a Latino rapper to come up?
So the thing is that if you want to come up, my suggestion is don't do drill. That's where people fuck up. They're coming out, they're rapping, you first make a song. Why would you come out and start making drill songs? You know, people already made drill songs. You know, that shit's already played out in my mind, because people can make as much drill songs as they want, but in reality, no labels are gonna look at that. You know, nobody wants to, and nobody wants to invest in an artist who's making drill music. Why? Because in reality, like, we all know what comes with this gangbanging shit. You know, it's either, you know, you're getting locked up, or it's just your life on the line. You know, so it's, you know, nobody wants to invest in anything like that. So if you want to be an artist coming up and you want to be a Latino, I would suggest making hip hop music, or like maybe corridos, or just rapping in Spanish maybe, or, you know, something different. But being a drill artist and coming out Latino, there's already a lot, you know, so you got to be something, you know, you got to put yourself in a different category than, you know, being a drill artist. But, you know, it is harder, you know, like in my eyes. Me coming up is like I said, I'm a drill artist mostly, but right now I'm trying to put myself in putting like pain music, you know. I want to work on like storytelling more, you know. I want to paint a picture, you know, for people, you know, because like we all know, like anything can happen. I could be here one day, I could be here another day, and then the next day I could be gone, you know. So I just want to leave something behind and just make it, you know, I want to paint a picture, you know. I want to basically tell my story, you know, before that day comes, you know. At least, you know, I give something, you know, for the fans and the people who always stayed rocking with me, you know, and shit like that, you know. At least I could leave that behind, you know.
Do you want to let us know what was your first tattoo and at what age you got it in?
Yeah, my first tattoo, I think it was my weed plant without the lettering. I think it was just my weed plant. My homie did it for me and shit. I think I was about like, oh no, you know what? I don't remember if it's my weed plant. Nah, you know what? I know which one it was. I have a leg tattoo, bro. I had a leg tattoo, and look, check this out. I got a story, right? I got a story behind this tattoo. The first tattoo that I got, right? I had a leg tattoo. I'm going to school. Bro, this is how much that shit hurted. My brother was coming up. He was like learning how to do tattoos, right? So out of nowhere, he's like, man, fuck it, let me tattoo you up. I had one of my cousins, rest in peace, Ed, try to get rest in peace MG for his initials. So I told him, man, fuck it, go ahead, tie me up. He's tidying me up. He's gonna put RIP MG on my leg. So he had RIP done. After that, you know what I told him? Hey, bro, I said stop. He's like, what you mean stop? I'm like, bro, stop. I don't know if you're doing it fucked up, but this shit hurts. He's like, I don't know if you're doing, I'm like, I don't know if you're doing it right. He's like, bro, stop being a little bitch, I'm gonna do it, you know, this and that. I'm like, nigga, that shit hurts. I went to school, the next day, you know, this and that. I'm letting a couple days pass by. that shit looks kind of like if my skin is having an allergic reaction to that shit or some shit. But it only did it to the red ink. So I'm like, what the fuck? I let that shit pass by. I let it heal. I told him, man, you know what? Let's finish this shit up, bro. You know, we gotta finish that shit up. So he finished it up like a couple days later. And I told him, like, man, you know, like, fuck it, you know. We left it like that, and I ended up finishing it. And after that, I think my homie, he tied me up on my arm at weed plant and shit. He's like, let me just test it out, you know, this and that. So he did that for me, and then my brother did the line, the lettering on top of it. And then after that, like, all of my other tattoos, my brother did it, like as he was getting better over the years, he would just start doing them and shit, and then just like, fuck it, you know. I just like let him do all of them mostly, and then, yeah, but when I do get some more shit, I'm gonna do my shit like good. That's why I haven't really like worried about no tattoos, cause I still got like the same ones and shit, but I'm gonna see what I do, you know, when I have a meaning to it, you know. I don't wanna just fuck around and just do shit, you know.
Do you have any, well, you did mention a couple of recent projects, but do you have any other recent projects or upcoming projects that you got going on? I know you had mentioned about an album.
Yeah, well, I just dropped the album, The World Is Yours. It's on all platforms. That's like the only album that I have, like original beats, all that shit that you could buy on iTunes or whatever, you know, like that's the only one that I have. But like I had like a couple of just like free EPs that are on like YouTube and shit like that. But let me see. I got something that I got in store, but I'm just, you know, I gotta go and record some of the songs. It's not like all the way in, and I still gotta wait on some artists, and you know, it's just that, yeah, it's just gonna take a little bit of time, you know, but I'm working on some shit. I got some shit, you know. The next album I drop, I'm trying to have at least like 15 to like 18 songs on that bitch. Cause I don't think I dropped that much on my last one. I think I dropped only probably like 10 or 11.
Can we expect any features to be on that feature project?
Well, to be honest, shit, I don't really fuck with a lot of artists. I just mostly like do my own thing, or I like work with Little Rito, and I work with my boy Diablo and shit like that. And right now I got King Little H, working on some shit with him, and then I just got just like a couple small artists, like local artists. I don't got like no big, you know, big features right now. I'm not really too worried about that shit, because I know like you do a song with somebody that's famous, you know, that shit, it could benefit you, but sometimes like if you drop a song, that shit probably gonna hit like 40,000, 50,000, you know, like it's not really. What if that shit don't really hit that much, you know? I could do that shit myself, so kind of, and also there's not really like artists that catch my attention with me, like, man, I'm gonna pay them, you know, to get on the feature with, you know. But like other than that, like I do like fuck with like the artists from Memphis that are coming up, you know, shit like that, you know, they're doing the thing, like that's, I kind of like more into that kind of music and shit. So yeah, if I do work with somebody, it's gonna be somebody like coming out of Memphis. It's not gonna be somebody like from Chicago. It's gonna be somebody. So that's my my next step is like to work on with somebody from Memphis, or there is a couple artists that are like big that are, you know, I'm trying to get in tune with and shit. You know, I'm trying to do more interviews and shit, and you know, trying to get. I always wanted to get like on a podcast and do like freestyles and, you know, for people and shit like that. You know, so yeah. So you'll probably see a lot of that coming soon, and just hopefully start getting more music and more videos to the fans. And I know they've been waiting, and they just probably like, where the fuck did he go? You know, I'm still here. I got a lot of shit on my email. I just don't really drop it because I got so much songs, and I got like thousands of songs. So it's just like, I gotta just drop more videos. So I'm not really too worried about the songs. I gotta just worry about dropping the videos and shit. But when I drop, I'm gonna drop an album, you know. So we'll see what day I put on there, you know, just stay in tune with me. And, you know, that's it, you know. we'll see how it goes, and I'm just trying to, you know, do more, you know, more events, more stuff for the community, for the kids, you know, and shit like that. And hopefully, you know, we just see a lot of more out of me, you know, coming, so I could show you guys some more stuff, and you know, and yeah, we'll see, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, just you can follow me on IG at RapGod 2300, and on YouTube I think it's Savage the Great, and yeah, should just follow me, you know, stay in tune. I got a lot of shit cooking up, you know. Shout out the guys, you know, shout out Rito, let's get it, you know. Shout out Chicago Street TV for having me, and you know, just I hope we, you know, get to work later on, and you know, just much love, you know, keep doing your thing, and you know, just appreciate you for having me here.